Get a £5 free bet every week with Offer Club from William Hill. Simply stake a total of £20 or more across the week on pre-match football accumulators with 4 or more selections, and you'll get a £5 free bet on the Friday. Join William Hill Offer Club on mobile or online now.
This is James Elder for Rifle TV in association with Macklin's Gym Bow. With me I've got British heavyweight champion Dillian Whyte. What's happening, Dill? How you feeling?
I'm good, man. I'm good. You know, a lot of people have been screaming and saying, shouting my name and saying all sorts. So let's address these people.
All right. So what's been sort of screamed at you? What's been going down that we haven't been privy to?
Firstly, where should I start? Should I go? There's Chisora, there's Browne, there's Lewison. Where should I start?
Well, where would you like to start? Let's start on sort of Lewison fight, if you like, because that was obviously your last fight. Let's start there.
Let's start Lewison's fight. You know, you and Eddie been doing the impersonation, been imitating people, yeah?
Yeah.
Watch this. Don, why did he start the fight, Don? Don, oh my God, now I'm have to go wrecking KFC now, Don. That's Lewison. Bitch. That's what he is. He's just a wimping little bitch.
So where does this all come from? I thought you two had your fight in the dressing room. We saw you two sort of put the animosity to one side and shook hands. What's gone on to cause this now?
I'm a fairly decent fella. You know what I mean? I'm alright, you know. Lewison, we fought. I showed him a tiny bit of respect because I thought, okay, he done okay in the fight. He took his licks and he stood up over the rounds. So I thought, alright, I show him a little bit of respect, obviously. After the fight, he started slagging me off and saying us and then start talking bad and stuff. This is why I never show anyone no respect in or outside the ring, because these guys get brave and they start talking rubbish. Classic example, Lewison saying, he's just talking a lot of rubbish. As you can see from social, he's talking a lot of rubbish. He said his mum ain't harder than me. Boy, his mum must be a pretty strong woman, because I bashed him up so bad. He looked like a transsexual after the fight. He didn't even look like a man anymore. He looked like a woman, you know. And he was crying. I said to him, mate, I don't hit that hard, but I made you cry on national TV in front of everyone. How do you feel? And he was like, oh well, my mama hits harder than you. His mum must be, boy. If his mum is harder than me, then his mum should have took the fight instead of him. Because mum probably would have done better than him. Because he clocked me with a couple of punches and they didn't really make no difference to me whatsoever.
Do you feel that's done then, that fight? You sort of, there's no interest in there?
There's no interest. Who the hell want to see Ian come in the... I was surprised he even made it to the ring, to be honest. I was surprised they never needed a crane to lift him into the ring. How can he be a professional, been boxing for over 20 years and you come in the ring so far out of shape, you come in the ring at almost 20 stones? That's terrible. Then he's going to say, oh yeah, he only had 5 weeks. He's talking rubbish because he fought 3 months ago. He just fought in China 3 months ago and knocked somebody out. And he's ranked number 15 in the world by the WBO. He just don't take his career serious. So clearly, he likes eating shit more than he likes training. So that's his problem, you know. He's finding all these excuses and little things to cling on to because he got owned and got bashed up over all the rounds. He tried to say his nose got broke in the second. His nose got broke like in the 10th round or something, you know. And I was pacing the fight out because I wanted to hurt him. I wanted to take my time, humiliate him, pick him apart, and hurt him as the fight goes on, and show him that he's not on my level. He's just not up to my level yet, you know. And that's what I showed in the fight.
Before the fight, it was spoke about potentially that you'd face Dereck Chisora in December. What has gone on with that? Is there any movement on that? And talk to me about that whole situation.
Well, I had an interesting phone call from Eddie today, earlier this morning. He's saying that, you know what I mean, maybe me and Chisora on December 10th. So we'll see, you know what I mean. That's a fight I want. That's a fight I think the fans want. I think that's a massive fight for both me and for Dereck. Yeah, I mean, I think it's an interesting fight because Dereck's at the end of his career now where he's coming towards the tail end, and I'm at the stage of career now where I'm in like the mid stage of my career, I would say. So it'd be very interesting to see how the fight. It'd be a very interesting fight for the real boxing fans. It'd be a very interesting fight for the casual boxing fans as well, because Dereck is probably going to talk some rubbish before the fight, and I'm going to have to bottle him, and also I want to beat him up for all the women that he's beat up as well. You know what I mean? I'm gonna join the, what's it called? Domestic violence association, and You know what I mean? I'm gonna get all those innocent women that he beat up that couldn't defend themselves. I'm gonna beat him up for them, and I'm gonna get all his ex-girlfriends and put them at ringside. So when I put the licks on him and he goes down, they're gonna say, "Yeah, go on, good, yeah," you know.
With the fact that Dereck Chisora's trained by Don Charles, he would have been preparing Ian Lewison all the way through the fight, so he would have had a lot of time to sort of think about you and that. Does that make the fight more likely to happen?
Ian's been bragging that he's been bashing Dereck up in sparring. You know what I mean? And I heard that that's true as well, so that'd be very interesting to see how it goes, because Ian wasn't much of a threat. I know Dereck could be a bit more, because obviously Dereck with a better engine and a bit of drive and better desire than what Ian have. But that'd be interesting. I heard Ian been out boxing and been putting the licks on Dereck in sparring, so we'll see. But Dan Charles has had a bit of practice throwing in the towel and stuff. So at least we know that it will save Dereck from being hurt too bad.
Let's talk a little bit about the beef between yourself and Lucas Browne. We've seen it on Twitter heating up a little bit. What's going on there?
Hold on. Is it 4 words for Lucas Browne? Lucas Browne and Captain Penis. That's whenever you mention him to me from now on, it's either Lucas Browne or Captain Penis, nothing else. Listen, Lucas Browne, the guy is actually worse than Dereck Chisora, to be honest, which is a weird thing, because Lucas Browne, he's very deluded. At the end of the day, he thinks that he's the WBA champion, which he's not. You know what I mean? He fought Chagayev, and Chagayev almost bashed him up, and Chagayev is 40 years old. Lucas Browne, he's just a pathetic guy. He's 40 years old. He lives at home with his mum still. He ain't got no money, no ratings, nothing. He keeps saying, he don't want to fight because I'm ranked. He should fight because of money then, because he ain't got no money. He keeps saying to everyone, he's broke, he haven't made any money. Ricky Hatton haven't made him any money. But to be honest, he needs to show Ricky Hatton more respect and be more grateful to Ricky Hatton, because he's terrible. How the hell did Ricky Hatton get him to 21-0? Ricky Hatton must be the greatest the greatest matchmaker in the whole of boxing history.
With the Tyson Fury situation, the fact that he's vacated the titles, it puts everything sort of up in limbo. So does that make a likelihood of a fight at this point in time with you and Lucas Browne less likely or more likely, in your opinion? It's
less likely, because there's guys like Klitschko and Joshua and Deontay Wilder, those kind of guys who go after Lucas Browne because he's an easy target and it's an easy fight for them to have and get the WBA title. Lucas Browne is an easy fight. Anyone in the top 50 in the world will smash Lucas Browne to bits. He's terrible. He's terrible. He's just a big tattooed penis. You know what Lucas Browne is like? He's a tattooed semi-Ardon. It looks the part, but it can't do the job. That's Lucas Browne. He looks like, like, I don't know if this ever happened to you before. You know what I mean? You go to do the job, you get there, and the thing is just not performing the way it should be performing. That's Lucas Browne. You're thinking, it looks the part, but it's just that little bit too soft to make penetration properly. That's Lucas Browne.
What have you made of the Anthony Joshua Vladimir Klitschko situation? The fight was sort of, hopefully, we was looking at the fight being done. Now it looks as if it's hanging in the balance, so to speak. What are your thoughts on that?
Lucas Browne again being an idiot. When there's people getting involved trying to stop and interrupt the WBA situation. He's just deluded. I don't know what's wrong with him. He needs to let people fight, because he don't want to fight no one. I've been telling him, let's fight. There's big money in the fight behind him, but he don't want to fight. He don't want to fight no one. He just wants to waste time and waste the fans' time and just talk crap. You know what I mean? He should let the guys fight for the belt, and then he should do a deal where he's the manager challenging the fight for the belt after against whoever win it. And it's because of him, solely because of him, why the WBA situation is in a bad state at the minute, because he thinks that he's WBA interim world champion. He's a clown. But I really do hope the Joshua Klitschko fight get made, because the one I'm very interested in. You know what I mean? It's one I'm sitting on the fence, and to be honest, you know what I mean? I'd like Vladimir to win because he's a better human being, but I'd like Joshua to win and stay undefeated. So hopefully I get a crack at him again, and we'll fight for bigger things, and we'll fight for 2 world titles instead of 1.
Right, you've been in the ring with Anthony Joshua. You've fought in a big card for a British title. You've been in training camp with Vladimir Klitschko. You've worked with the Klitschkos in their training camp on numerous occasions.
Mm-hmm.
How would you assess that fight if it was to happen at this stage in time?
They're both very similar in style, aren't they? They're both like right hands, they both like jab, they're very upright. They're both Olympic gold medalists. They're both very similar, but I think there's two major factors here in this fight, and it's one, how much ambition Vladimir's got left in the tank. Is he prepared to take punishment and actually go out and throw punches and let his hands go? Or is he just at the stage of his career now where he's comfortable, he's won everything, he's made enough money, and you know what I mean? And then from Joshua's side, obviously being a young guy that's on the rise up and coming and should be the hungrier guy going into the fight. Has he learned enough, and is he capable enough to go out there and knock out Vladimir Klitschko, or to put enough fear in Vladimir's heart to get into his head and break him down before the fight and then go in there and knock him out? So it's a very interesting situation, you know what I mean? It's a very, very interesting situation. But we'll have to see, because the last fight of Vladimir, it seemed like he never had any more. It seemed like he never had that much ambition anymore, you know? He stood up for 12 rounds. He started letting his hands go in the last 2 rounds of the fight with Tyson Fury, you know? But the only difference is obviously we have someone in there who can punch a little bit more and who will be trying to knock him out. So it's a funny one. I can't pick a winner. Like I said, they're both similar. And it in this game, it's about stages, and I just think, you know, I think it's a perfect fight at the minute, to be honest, for both men. It wants a lot of question about Vladimir, and wants a lot of question about Joshua as well.
We believe David Haye's going to fight on November 26th. We're just waiting to hear what opponent is going to be and what sort of level. We're expecting a decent opponent, to be fair. Have you heard any sort of rumours on opponents, and where does David Haye fit, in your opinion, into the mix in title contention at the moment?
Nowhere. Listen, he can't come back and fight those two jokers and expect to get a real title shot. It's pathetic. He should fight Shannon Briggs. Why is David always scared to fight anyone dangerous? He's done his whole career. He only fought Vladimir because of the money, and in the fight, he actually showed that in the fight that I'm only here for the money. You know what I mean? He showed it in the fight. He was here for the money, because when the going get tough and the fight get hard, he was happy to just move his head and just survived the 12th round and say he didn't get knocked out. You know, I don't believe he deserved a real title fight, to be honest. He beat the Khan Snake. And what's the other fella's name again?
Mark Demore.
Mark Demore. I tried to get a fight with Mark Demore. He didn't want it. He said no chance. You know? I believe he should fight a decent contender. And then if he beat them, then go on to a real title fight. I don't believe. But that's boxing. Boxing is a business, isn't it? And I think David will end up getting a real title shot. You know? That's the sad fact of it. We don't fight anybody. He might fight Tony Bellew. I think that's a very good fight, very interesting fight. But I think he might just be a little bit too big for Tony Bellew, because he's a fully fledged heavyweight now, you know what I mean?
I was going to come on to this, the David Haye, Tony Bellew situation. Being quite a volatile character at times yourself, and unpredictably unpredictable, what did you make of Tony Bellew's antics after his fight against BJ Flores on Saturday?
He did the right thing, because David Haye talks a lot of shit. You know what I mean? He's always talking shit and cunning the public and talking rubbish. So Bellew did the right thing. Bellew was obviously wound up that he said BJ Flores was going to knock him out and beat him up. And Bellew was always wound up that obviously David been talking a lot of crap, saying Tony Bellew is this and Tony Bellew is that. So obviously he just won his fight. He just defended his world title. A world title which everyone wrote him off that he wasn't going to win in the first place, and he won it. And that was the first defense, and he knocked out someone who David Haye rate highly. So he had a lot of emotion and he was pumped. And he see the guy ringside that talks a lot of crap to him. So he did the right thing, getting his head. In this fighting game, a lot of it is mental. You know what I mean? He's trying to get in David's head already in case the fight does come off. He's trying to let him know, I'm not scared of you. So what if you're a knockout artist or whatever? I ain't scared of you. I'll fight you anywhere. I'll fight you here. I'll fight in the ring. So he did the right thing, in my opinion.
David Haye will be too big for Tony Bellew. Do you see that fight potentially happening?
I see the fight happening, but I don't really know what weight Bellew walks around at. But I mean, David Haye is really pumped up in the last. He's been off for 3 years and he's come back in even better shape than he was before he left. He seemed to pack a lot of muscle on, and he seems to be like, you know what I mean, he seems to be discovered this mystical power from wherever now or whatever. But obviously that fight's a very interesting fight because they both get tags and they both get tagged and they both hit canvas. And they both can punch. Obviously David Haye can punch and Bellew can punch. And there'll be a lot of passion and hatage and emotion in that fight. So I think it's a very interesting fight. I think it's who learns first, but I just think Bookie's favourite would be David Haye, wouldn't it? You know, I think smart money would go on David Haye, but I would never count Tony Bellew out because he seems to be a hard hitter, but he does get hit as well, and so does David Haye. And obviously David Haye's chin seems to have magically got better as well over the years. So we'll see.
Do you think that's what makes that fight an exciting and fun fight? The fact that they both can punch, they both obviously admitted they've got open vulnerabilities to getting hit. Does that make that fight more fan-friendly?
That's what makes it fan-friendly, because you don't know, even though the bookies will put David Haye favourite, you don't know because David's been down by guys like Lalinga Mack. Is that what his name is? Carl Thompson, other guys, Manti Barrett's dropped him, John McMormick's dropped him, you know what I mean? So, and them guys ain't much harder puncher than what Bellew is. Even though Bellew is smaller than them, I don't think McMormick's a harder puncher than what Bellew is. So, it's very interesting, and it's one of them fights that will split the nation as well, because a lot of people don't like Bellew and a lot of people don't like David Haye, but a lot of people do like David Haye and a lot of people do like Bellew. So it's one of them fights, isn't it? You know, one of them fights where it's a pick 'em fight. You know what I mean? But it's one that I'm really interested in seeing, and hopefully, I need to put my call into the end to set me up for the undercard if it goes down.
We've obviously seen Tyson Fury vacate his belts, as we spoke about already.
Yeah.
Empathy for Tyson Fury, the fact that he's not going to be defending the belts he won out in Dusseldorf in Germany.
Yeah, listen, man, I got a lot of sympathy for Tyson Fury because I know the fella, I know the family. Obviously, I'm more close to the uncle than I am with Tyson Fury. Peter, because Peter, they're a decent family, they're good people. Obviously, Tyson's a bit controversial, he talks a lot of smack or whatever, but you know, that is a part of the game because we're in the entertainment business or whatever. But I do feel sorry for him because he's a young man, he's the same age as me, he's got a family same like I do. You know what I mean? I don't know the ins and outs of what's happening. I don't know, you know what I mean? I don't know. So for me, it's a tricky situation, but you know what I mean? I do feel sorry for him because I'm sure we'd love to defend the belt. If he beat Vladimir twice, then he'd have been the best heavyweight to come out of the UK in the past 20, 30 years or something, wouldn't he? You know what I mean? Going and beating a man that's reigned for 11 years, dethroning him and defending the belt against him, that'd been a mega achievement. He'd have made mega money as well. So I do feel sorry for him. Hopefully he gets himself together. They say he's getting the right treatment now and stuff. So hopefully it pays off and he's back in a few years or a few months or whatever it takes him to sort himself out. And you know, and there's a lot, you know, listen, the more heavyweights there is out there for me, the better it is, because there's lots of fights for me and more big money fights as well. So I do wish Tyson well, and I do hope he comes back soon. You know, that's all I can say, because I don't really know the ins and outs of it, so I don't really particularly want to say anything. You know,
going back to yourself, you've had back-to-back camps. Your body, no doubt, takes a lot of fatigue during these camps.
Yeah.
How are you finding that, and will you anticipate, if you get the right opponent, fighting in December?
Yeah, well, I spoke to him this morning. He says that he clarified with me that I'm on the December 10th undercard. I don't know who against it. It might be Chisora, or it might be someone off that level. So we gotta wait and see what's happening. You know what I mean? We gotta wait and see what's happening. But the camps is hard, but I don't mind because I actually love fighting. I love preparing. It's what it is with me, James. I'm obsessed with becoming better. I'm obsessed with being that much better, that much faster, that much sharper, that much leaner, that much fitter. So for me, I don't mind. Even though the camps is hard, I don't mind going back to camp and think, okay, my run times was this, my personal squat was this, my punch output was this. Or can I improve it? If I improve it by 1% or 2%, for me, that's a massive achievement, and I'm happy with those kind of development. You know what I mean? So for me, I don't mind. I love it, and I love fighting. Lately, I've been using a lot more of my boxing skills and my boxing ability, showing people I can box, I can do things, I can go rounds and stuff. You know what I mean? And obviously, I'm doing stuff to prepare me for when I get to that level, that I can operate that level successfully, and I have more than just being a brawler or whatever at the real level. You know what I mean? So, you know, but I actually love fighting. I love actually getting in there and having a fight and trading off. You see, even the Ian Lewison fight, I could have easily outboxed Ian Lewison. I could have stayed on the outside, pick Ian Lewison apart, double jab 1-2, double jab 1-2, uppercuts, move around him, and outbox him and make it a clear, unanimous decision, easy. But I wanted to get in there, fight him at his own game, outclass him up close, outclass him at range, outclass him at mid-range, and do stuff because I want to give the fans, like I said, I was going to give the fans an entertaining fight. I wanted to show Ian Lewison that he's not on my level. Now he's making all his excuses, talking, oh yeah, it was 5 weeks, I had 5 weeks to prepare. He's had 25 years to prepare. I've been boxing now for 9 years. Ian Lewison been boxing for 25, 30 years or something he's been boxing for. So it's not my fault he didn't keep himself in shape or he didn't, you know what I mean? The guy is pathetic. He's just pathetic. That's what he is, pathetic.
All right, well, listen, we look forward to hearing some news regarding what's going to go on in December. Is there anything you want to add before we sort of disappear?
What do I want to add? I just want to say thanks to everyone who's supported me. Keep it up, you know. Thank you guys for all the support and stuff. It means a lot. It keeps me going. Keeps the drive high and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I just and Mario, thanks to IFL as well for all the hair time and all of that. I know you love that you're shaking your head, but you know, listen, you scratch my back, I scratch yours.
Listen, we love.
But don't hold my back, you know, because I won't hold yours back to hell. Though.
We love giving you hair time. You need any hair time whatsoever, mate. You're with us, you know what I mean?
I don't say air time. I say hair time.
Hair time, that's what I said.
You're such a tosser, you know. What hair time? Listen, everyone knows I'm British Jamaican. I got an accent. So what? I don't care. A lot of girls think it's sexy.
I don't know what girls you.
A lot of girls think it's sexy. A lot of girls think it's nice. You know, some guys think it's some guys think it's sexy as well. But hey, what can I say? I mean, I don't control the you know what I mean. But you know, listen, it's how I speak, man. You know what I mean? It's how I speak. You know, you speak like what do you speak? You speak like a bit like a hillbilly, but I don't go on about that.
Full.
The first hillbilly from the ends. You're like, yeah, there, I'll be like James Older. I hold a lot of baddie.
All right, on that note, thanks for giving us a bit of time today, and we'll catch you again.
Oh, yeah, where's the Sri Lankan warrior anyway?
Gonna go and meet him now, actually, in London.
Is it?
Go
Tell him I say, hey, Coogan, like, bloody bastard, what going on, man? Why you don't come do interview no more, Coogan? Bastard, bitch.
Nice one, Dill.
Cool. I take you to your station.